By the end of this video, you will understand the NBA 2K26 MyPlayer Builder so you don't mess up on your first build. To me, the NBA 2K26 Builder is more transparent, but at the same time, kind of underwhelming for reasons we'll explain. I enjoy the NBA 2K26 Builder because it's way more transparent. I still feel like we're missing a little bit of information, but they gave us all the information they could for the most part. So let's go ahead and dive into it. So don't take this build seriously. I'm just throwing something on the screen so we can get right into it. But this is the start screen. Of course, you pick your position, height, weight, wingspan. Of course, they show you your potential attributes. That's what you're normally used to. But you can also get a detailed view of all the badges, max attribute potential, and your body type potential. So you can see here, we can go toned, buff, or stocky. Those will be our options. And they let you know these options off rip because to a lot of people, body type matters. A lot of people want buff, a lot of people want flexible, and you'll be able to see all of that potential before you even apply any attribute. I ain't gonna lie to you, this is the builder. You know how it goes. If it's yellow, it's what the attributes tie into. It's pretty much the same thing as NBA 2K25. Matter of fact, if you want to practice making your build, jump on NBA 2K25 and do it because the builder is pretty much the same, give or take a few points. There are a couple of changes, like if you apply driving layup, your close shot will go up significantly more. Also, your speed cannot be higher than your speed with ball. So as soon as you jump into the builder, I recommend pressing Y or triangle to bring up the glossary. Once again, just really transparent. 2K is trying to help you all make better builds on day one, even though our day one build is always cooked. So once you do that, you'll be able to see all the badges you can potentially earn on your build, and it tells you all of the attribute ratings that you need. Once again, just really transparent. It works for your badges, it works for your takeover, and you can even make a build by badges. But we'll talk about that later. So if you want a certain takeover, all you have to do is scroll over to takeover, and they'll tell you what's increasing and what you have to do in order to acquire this takeover. The best thing about takeovers on NBA 2K26 is that they're really opened up to multiple builds. So we can have tall builds with deep bomber. We can have smaller builds with glass gunner. And then don't forget, NBA 2K26 will also have custom takeovers. But if you don't want to use a custom takeover, these are still great options to have. So shout out to 2K for that. So let's say you really don't know how to make a build. You just know what badges you want. You can make a build by the badges. Let's say you want something crazy like, I don't know. Let's see, what's something somebody would do? Posterizer on Legend. You know, let's just say posterizer on Legend. Why? I don't know. So you can go to posterizer, put it on Legend, and it will lock it in for you. It will lock in the attributes. You see driving dunk is on 99, that's pinned. Vertical is on 90, that's pinned. And then you can just work around that. So yeah, if you want to do that, if you just know what badges you want, that's a great option to have. When you're in the builder and you press L3, that will bring up your animation glossary. You'll be able to see all the scoring moves, dunks, and playmaking moves that you can unlock. And if you want a specific animation, you can search that too. Now, I'm not gonna lie, bro, this is where I got kind of disappointed because we were looking for certain animations, you know, the T-Mac base, Patty Mills, Booker floaters, stuff like that, and they weren't here. We know they're in the game, but they're not here, so everybody is assuming that they're being locked behind season rewards, but that's another video for another time. But man, I don't like waiting for animations, bro. It is what it is. The point of the video is you can search by animation. Once you hover over the animation, it'll tell you the attribute requirement for it. And once again, just being really transparent, you can add certain animations to your favorites and all of that, right? So that's why I say the actual builder with the attributes, it's not that much different from NBA 2K25. If you want to make your build early, jump on NBA 2K25 and do that. But the biggest difference with the NBA 2K26 builder is you have more transparency and you have to think about cap breakers because cap breakers don't work the same. You have to think about not only max +1, but max +2. That would be the biggest takeaway for me personally. Forget all the stats. You will know what stats you want, but just think about max +2 and what you can sacrifice. So let's go ahead and make a 99 build. Once again, I just threw points everywhere. Don't take this seriously at all. I just want to show you what it looks like once you start putting attributes on your build. It will show you all the badges you have currently unlocked. It will show you all the takeovers you have currently unlocked. I'm not gonna lie to you, if you mess up this year, not stat wise, but just like badge wise and animation wise, you had to do it on purpose. All right, this builder tells you everything. It's way more informative than it was on NBA 2K25. So let's say you go ahead with your build, right? The ball hawking 3-level creator. They have some crazy names. On the right side, they'll give you the scouting report. They show you your go-to badges, your top attributes. They'll give you the strengths of the build, and then they'll give you the weaknesses of the build. Get ready for the clickbait. There are some builds I have that technically have no weakness. So get ready for the clickbait with that, man. But I like that they show you this so people can really understand what type of build they made, because when I was playing random rep for content on NBA 2K25, people were just all over the place. It's like they were playing on the wrong build. We had point guards trying to be centers. We had centers trying to be point guards. We had shooters trying to be slashers. We had slashers trying to be shooters. I'm praying that this builder on NBA 2K26 helps them out. Of course, when you're done making your build, you can test it, put it up to a 99, see the full potential. You can go to the jump shot creator, which the jump shot creator is pretty much the same this year, but it's still better because you can search and favorite jump shots. But I do like that. Now, I would show you some requirements for some of the popular jump shots, but you'll see most of them are bypassed, so we can use any jump shot we want. And then some of these requirements aren't final. So I didn't want to tell you to increase your mid-range or 3 for a certain jump shot, and then it'll be different when the game comes out. So I'm not even going to set myself up like that. Forget that. But if you want a certain jump shot, you don't have to just keep scrolling like you do on NBA 2K25. You can search by keyword, which is cool. Need that, favorite that, and then keep it moving. Other than that, the jump shot creator is pretty much the same. You pick your base, release 1, release 2, blending and release speed, easy money. You also have the dunk style creator, which is still the same. Give or take a few new dunk packages, which is cool. Now, one thing I meant to show and I totally forgot about, because by the time I got to the builder, my brain was fried. We know how to make builds. I was so interested in gameplay that I was labbing and playing Play Now for about 4 or 5 hours. I was barely in the builder, and by the time I got to the builder, I was fried. But I forgot to show creating a layup package. But you can create a layup package. You can pick certain floaters and stuff like that. And so I'm looking forward to seeing that on NBA 2K26. Once again, the layups and floaters felt really good from what we played. And so if you're one of those people that like to be a slasher layup wise, you might be pretty happy, man. I predict some Jelly Fam in your life really soon. I predict Devin Booker floater in your life really soon, unless it's locked behind rep. So once again, not the biggest difference in the builder. I know a lot of people are expecting big changes, but for me, right, the builder wasn't the issue with NBA 2K25. It was more so the actual gameplay, right? So 2K didn't want to change anything for the sake of changing it. You know what I mean? And I agree with them. So yeah, a few things tie into each other differently, but like I said before, multiple times, you can go on 2K25 and get your build ready. I would say just import your favorite build from 25 to 26. Just transfer the stats over and then work on it that way. Keep in mind that you get max +1 and max +2 in cap breakers, and you should be good. The biggest change with the builder on NBA 2K26 is the transparency and information you'll receive. You get to instantly see the potential of your build. You'll know what badges you unlock. You will know what body types you unlock. You'll know what animations you unlock. And honestly, I think that's more important than anything. So I hope you all enjoyed this video. I hope it helped out a little bit. I have some builds on the way. Some builds that I think will be meta, some builds that I just find fun. And if you know me, you know what that means. So you all be easy and take care. Be sure to drop a like on the video and subscribe. Peace.